Hey, how's it going, everybody? Today we're going to talk about a new battery for us. This is the LiPULS 24 volt battery, or 25.6 nominal 50 amp hour battery. And we're going to go into some of the details on what you may need a 24 volt battery for, and some of the specs and features behind what this battery has to offer for you. First up, it is of course a 24 volt battery. So what might you need that for? Primarily for us, or for fishermen, it's going to be for a trolling motor application. You know, maybe your boat came with a 12 volt and you're looking to upgrade to a 24. Get a lot more power out of it, you get some more efficiency out of it. And one of the ways to do that is with a 24 volt lithium battery. You could also put two 12 volt batteries together. Now when you do that, you got more batteries, you got a package, you got to deal with charging them. It's a little bit more complicated, and you may be tight on space, so you're looking for something a little bit more consolidated. I do that in this boat, but on a 36 volt level. So this boat runs off a 36 volt trolling motor battery. Now this is a Group 24 size battery, which is something that is super nice for a battery like this. So likely you'll probably come across some 50 amp hour batteries, which are maybe about half the size of this. But this is the size of a lot of the batteries that may come in a smaller, like a tracker boat or something like that. Maybe a Group 27. It's a very small package with a lot of power in it. So just from a dimensional standpoint, you're at 10¼ inches wide, 6.6 inches deep, and 8¼ inches tall. So it's a real small package in this thing. And what's really important about that is just gives you a lot of flexibility when it comes to laying out a 24 volt setup in your boat. You're able to maybe create some more space, some more storage space in your boat, which is always nice to have. It does come with two sets of fasteners for it, or hold downs. These are the typical M8 terminals on top. It comes with 12mm tall length, 12mm bolts, and 16mm bolts. So if you're just doing only a trolling motor, probably use those 12mm. If you're trying to stack a couple of lugs on it, go ahead and use the little bit longer one, and make sure you torque those down. You always want to make sure they're nice and snug. You can get a lot of resistance if they're not snug. You know, go hand tight, a little bit more. No need to go crazy with it, but make sure they're nice and tight for you. This is a lithium iron phosphate chemistry battery, so much like all the other batteries we talk about, LFP or LiFeP04 chemistry cells offer a lot of benefits over a lead acid or even an AGM. So you get cycle life out of it, a couple thousand cycles out of this battery depending on how far down you deplete it, whereas like a lead acid will be 250 to 500 cycles, and AGM as well. You also get a full depth of discharge on it, which is super nice. A lead acid you can only bring down about 50%, AGM maybe 80 at best, and a lithium iron phosphate down to 100%. Now, of course, we did do our test. We fully charged it with our LiPULS 24 volt charger, which we'll talk about in a second. And then we did a 5 amp draw on it at 24 volts. And so we're able to run that all the way down. And it tested at just under 53 amp hours of capacity, usable energy, which is nice. It's rated at 50, you're getting 53. So to me, you're pretty comfortable saying that you're gonna get the full amount that is listed on the label, which is awesome. Something else worth mentioning, of course, is the battery management features. This has a pretty basic BMS in it across the board. It's going to have your overcurrent protection, your short circuit protection, your low voltage, your high voltage, as well as over temperature and low temperature. It does not have low temperature charge protection. Depending on where you live and how you may use your boat, that may or may not be a big deal. You can look into that one as well if you find that you may need low temperature charge protection in those particular instances. Now this is 1280 watt hours at 24 volts. When you start looking at higher voltage batteries, you need to be looking at the watts to really compare what's going on. This is the equivalent of two 50 amp hour lithium iron phosphate batteries put together, and which is basically the same as like two brand new Group 27 lead acid batteries that you'd put together. Those are typically about 100 amp hours, but like I said, you get about half of that out of it. So if you're today running two full-size deep cycle batteries and that works for you in a 24 volt application, then this 50 amp hour will be very equivalent to that, if not a slight bit more energy on board. So you're going to be good to go there from that aspect of it. The other good thing about lithium iron phosphate batteries is it's very light. This is, again, two lead acid batteries worth of energy in a less than 24-pound package. So it's very nice. If you end up having to bring your battery down to your boat or whatever, it's not lugging those big lead acid batteries, which we've all done, which never have we said, boy, this sure is nice. So the lightweight properties of a lithium iron phosphate chemistry. Is sure nice. Let's talk about the charger for a second. This guy comes with alligator clips, and they are hardwired, so this is intended to kind of be brought over to the battery. There's no provisions for permanently mounting it, so this would be something that you drag an extension cord, you hook up to your battery and charge it. There are some options out there for something that's built in at 24 volt, maybe if like for your boat or something you want to keep with it. But this one is particularly kind of like a benchtop or workshop type charger. It is a 29.2 volt, so it will charge it up well above the 25.6 nominal voltage. You got to get those cells up and balance them. And then it is a 20 amp charger. So the way that would work from a math standpoint is your 20 amp charger, 50 amp hour battery. You could fully charge this battery from completely flat in about 2.5 hours. That's super fast. 20 amp is definitely humming when it comes to a charge rate. Anything in that point, really 0.2 C or 0.1 C, if you're looking at even like a 5 amp 24 volt charger would do it. Really 10 amp is probably where you want to be from a charge rate standpoint. And that would fully charge the battery in about 5 hours. So you're able to turn these batteries pretty quick. Again, another benefit of the lithium iron phosphate chemistry. Now when it comes to one more thing on the battery itself is it does come with a 5-year warranty from LiPULS. So that's quite nice. So you're able to use your battery for a while and have that warranty behind you when you make that purchase. As always, I will have links down in the description if you want to check this out on Amazon or on the direct site. I'll have that as well. Feel free to comment with any questions you may have down below, and please ensure you subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.